Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about Batwoman. And the reason why I want to talk about Batwoman is because, of course, I went to Dragon Con and I met Wallace Day, the second Kate Kane, and I think probably the perfect choice for Kate Kane that they actually should have used instead of recasting it for Javicia Leslie and Ruby Rose as in the first place. Like, that didn't make no darn sense when it was fans harping for Wallace Day to be Ruby Rose in the first place. And of course, she had said that she had, auditioned before and they chose Ruby Rose. The only reason why they chose her is because she was a movie star. But let's be honest, that was nothing but skin and bones. Like, there was no way in the world. She had no personality to be Kate Kane at all. So I don't even know why the hell they even thought that that was a good idea, and I hope this is not picking up. But apparently the train is here, so if you guys hear anything, it is the train again. I am just like, but anyway, I want to get down into the whole thing because I believe that what should have happened is, of course, at the end of season 2, Batwoman, Wallace Day, Kate Kane's character, and the black woman that accompanies her, I forgot her name, a lot of the characters' names weren't really all that important, decided to leave to go and find Bruce Wayne. And I thought, like, hey, that's great because, again, when I went to Dragon Con, when I talked to Wallace Day and stuff like that, we were just talking about the Batwoman stuff, and she was like, it's a lot of complicated things that, she's really not allowed to talk about or whatever and stuff like that. And I was like, I understand, but let's be honest, you were perfect to be Kate Kane, and I said in a perfect world, if they really wanted to, they should have went the route of the actual Batwoman Rebirth run, and I had brought her the comic book, and she was like, oh snap. So she had opened a book, and she was like impressed with what was going on with the story of Batwoman, because in Rebirth, Batwoman goes around the world to go and track what was it called, she goes and excuse me, she goes and what was it? I think it wasn't the crime. It wasn't the religion of crime, which actually I did mention that to her. I did tell her that she should actually, that they could have did that as well, like, because Batwoman, actually a lot of things people don't know, that she deals with a lot of the mystic crazy stuff of Gotham City, sometimes stuff that Batman really wouldn't be doing himself. And I thought that was really cool. But so basically, yeah, Batwoman goes around the world to dismantle a global terrorist group known as the Many Arms of Death, while dealing with issues from her past. And since Batman is missing, which I still don't understand how Superman, Supergirl, Green Arrow, The Flash, nobody noticed that Bruce Wayne is missing and Batman is missing for 3 years and nobody came for him. It don't make no sense. I completely forgot to talk to Tyler about that too. Damn it. There were so many things. I mean, we talked about so much stuff with these actors, so, sometimes you forget. But anyway, the reason why I want to say this is because I had told her, your character in Rebirth, she goes around the world to go and take on, the Many Arms of Death, take them down because they're like some kind of ego group terrorist or whatever. And since you have to look for your cousin, it would make sense to go ahead and have the show where we follow your journey, because it's outside of Gotham City, so we don't really have to focus on Gotham City anymore, which could have gave credence to like them maybe moving the show to like another area. Like, how Black Lightning was in Atlanta, Georgia, you could have moved Batwoman to maybe another country itself, like you could put that in Spain or something like that, since they are doing a new show on CBS called FBI International. That could have worked. You could have brought that over there, or you could have made certain things look international or whatever, or you could have brought it back to LA, or you could have went down to Atlanta. It really doesn't really matter how you do it, but I think that would have been great. And what you could have did, you could have had this whole thing where she's searching for her cousin, right? And she doesn't realize that the eco group, the many arms of death, and her and the intergain from the cult of the religion of Bible, I mean of the crime Bible, somebody somehow got Batman and took him, and he's been held hostage for 3 years. Because if any of you guys know, when she was first introduced in the pre New 52 and the 52 run, not New 52, the actual 52 run, excuse me, she was actually, what was that thing, she was actually part of a kind of a religious sacrifice where Renee Montoya, the Question, finds about a book of crime, and in that sacred text of that thing, it says it contains a prophecy foretelling the brutal murder of twice named daughter of Cain. So I mean, basically it's basically saying that, hey, you know, Batwoman is the Cain daughter that we're supposed to kill, and they want to sacrifice her on the ritual. So I think that would have been really cool for Wallace Day to kind of do something like that, and then we could have had her in this badass Batwoman suit. I would have simplified it. I would have definitely just got a simple Batwoman suit for her. Make it as tight as possible. Well, not as tight, but make it where it's sleek, but it's not it's not detailed, because like the Batwoman costume that they have for both Javicia Leslie and for Ruby Rose was just so unnecessarily, it was just so unnecessarily detailed. I'm like, it's just a simple black suit and a red wig. Why are you complicating that more than it needs to be? It doesn't need to be that complicated at all. It really shouldn't be. And I think that could have worked for the character. I mean, she was like sold on it. She was like, they need to hire you to write the show, of course, because I would have had none of that nonsense. And I said, if we still had to do the whole thing with Javicia Leslie, at least what it could have been a dual role where basically Batwoman, the original Batwoman, is out looking for her cousin, and then you have Javicia Leslie and Batwing looking over Gotham City. And we can do like some kind of, you remember like when Arrow did like the first 5 seasons, I believe, where they did here's the present episode, here's the past episode of his adventures wherever. And that could have worked for Batwoman, where you have Kate Kane, Wallace Day character, the original Batwoman, looking for Bruce Wayne in another country, while you have whatever's going on with her thing happening, but it's kind of like a counterbalance to what's going on with Javicia Leslie's character in Gotham City. So you kind of could play that off. I think that could have worked. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's me just trying to think a little bit too much, but I think it could have worked perfectly for the show, because that way you can still push the agenda with the whole, Batwoman is black now and whatever and all that kind of stuff. But you can also treat the original fans who love the character like, oh, but we're also going to do this, and eventually this is going to, like, season 3 should have been the wrap up of finding Bruce Wayne. You get what I'm saying? And then you could have had him, team up with her to finish off the religion of crime and the many arms of death. And then you realize, like, season 4, if they even get a season 4, will be them, the people that Kate Kane was trying to fight off in her little adventures away from Gotham City, is coming to Gotham City to destroy the city or whatever. And they've already kind of like been able to defeat the Bat team that they had at Gotham City. And it's up to Wallace Day's character, Kate Kane, and whoever plays the new Bruce Wayne to suit up as Batman and Batwoman. And then you can have Bruce also call in some other people, maybe, I don't know. But at the same time, that's a little bit too much stuff. We're not going to get involved with the rest of the Bat family because there's already issues with that one. But I'm just saying that's a way that you could do something compared to whatever they're trying to do right now, that just doesn't look all that great, and it just looks like it's just getting more gay by the second. I'm sorry to say that. I just think it's not a good idea to go this route. I feel like they're just only doing it just to like get back at the fans, which is weird. I like I said, I hope, you know, the writers of Batwoman or whoever hears this and be like, hey, maybe we do need to bring back Wallace Day, because I mean, she looked like the part. She felt more like a Kate Kane, and she had more of a personality than, you know, Ruby Rose, and she's very pretty. She is very pretty, though. It doesn't make no sense how pretty she is. But yeah, no, I thought that'd be really cool. I really thought that'd be like a cool idea for Batwoman, for the Batwoman character, because you kind of need to go back to the original characters and stop trying to, you know, alienate the comic book fans just because you want to try to push this agenda or whatever. I just feel like that's really makes the character unlikable too, and the whole franchise of Batwoman so unlikable, because all you guys really did was focused on race and sexuality. And I'm just like, oh god, that is not what Batwoman is. I mean, yeah, she kind of was created, sort of, but then they fleshed the character out. Now she's beloved, and I just don't understand how you guys self-sabotage the character like that. But I'm just saying, those are my thoughts about trying to course correct the character. Maybe, I don't know, sort of, we'll see, but I have no faith in anything that the CW does anyway, except for Superman and Lois, which I know is co-produced through HBO Max. So I guess I'll just hold on to Superman and Lois, since everything else is gone. Black Lightning, you know, been canceled, even though it had opportunity, even though, you know, hey, CW was being racist themselves and not really promoting that show and keeping the show away from most of the shows. But hey, that's neither here nor there. And I heard that Stargirl is good. I have to watch Stargirl, so I can't really comment on it, but I will watch it and let you guys know. But those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think, comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.